Hello everyone, it's Chris, aka Lady Taka, and it is time for this week's Thrift Finds haul video. There were no estate sales, no church bazaars, so this is all thrift store. The light today sucks, and even the light in the room isn't helping. So hopefully I can get through this. 90% of this is Christmas, and then I have two non-Christmassy themed items. So I'll start with this non-Christmassy theme, Precious Moments. I grabbed it one because it was half off, so it was only $1 something instead of $2. But it's a wheelchair basketball player, and I think I'm gonna try and turn it to a wheelchair rugby player. I know the ball's a little big, but I can repaint it to look like a rugby ball. But I kind of want to turn this into Chucky Okie. It might be my craft inspiration for the month. Because all it would need is a paint job. I don't need to reposition anything, although obviously the wheelchair doesn't quite look like the sporting wheelchair for rugby players or even basketball players, but I can do a repaint where you don't see the spokes because they generally cover the spokes with like black fabric for it, but I'm kind of thinking I'm going to do that. And then my other for $2 is this Taz snowboarding or skateboarding. It really looks like a snowboard to me, but he's not wearing any winter gear. He's wearing mostly summer skateboarding gear. So I know like this might be the only way to strap a skateboard to his foot, but it looks like a snowboard. But he still has his tag and everything. Although it doesn't even say Taz on the tag, it just says Looney Tunes on the tag. But his thing says Taz on this side and Taz over here. Needs a little roll with the sticky stuff, but other than that, his tongue's hanging out. My score at St. Vinny's this week, Marquette, was for $1 for this Garfield stocking holder, although you wouldn't want to fill it too much, although it's better weighted than some of them. But I sold a similar one for $22 plus shipping on Etsy before. So that's likely where it'll end up because it's just easy to copy the listing and retake pictures. Just needs a little cleaning on his eyeball. I mean, technically, if he's a snowboarder, it's still winter themed, but again, he's not wearing any winter thing. For $1.50 at Silver Creek Thrift, I got this elf guy. He looked really cute with a very detailed face. Again, don't focus on me, focus on the face. I don't see any markings on him, but his pants aren't fabric, so I might find a mark later on. We'll see. There might be a mark under it. I have to investigate some more. And then out of the plush section at Silver Creek today, I grabbed this set of 3. I made sure she knew it was one piece. They're all sewn together. But it's a little caroling group of a mouse, I think a kitty cat, and a bear. There is no vocals to it. I tried to see, but it's just cute. And it's marked Russ. So it's a vintage one. I won't see a year on it. And then the rest is ornaments. So the one ornament I got today for 50 cents is one of the dogs from a Disney Junior show. But he was only 50 cents and he was so cute that I grabbed him. And then the rest I got from St. Vinny's. They range between 50 cents and $1.50 depending on the one. And I didn't feel bad taking them because there was at least a duplicate of almost every single one of these still up there for someone else to grab if they wanted. The only one that wasn't duplicated that I didn't find was this one for 75 cents. Not quite. Apparently. They adjusted it. Only problem is they're all loose, no boxes, but this one's a little lamb sheep one. And it says Godchild on it, but they just look so happy to be staring at each other. So I thought that was really cute. And then this, I think, is a teacher ornament. One to give to teacher. It was 50 cents. It says Christmas 1989. They didn't even fill out the from on the bottom. And it says on the top, book for a nice teacher. but it looks like it's a mouse. And apparently whoever had these wires in, like that's 2 in a row where it had this kind of ribbon with a little safety pin at the end for gold. I've never seen that before. Oh, and his tail is made of leather, it looks like. That's cute. Someone's using the elevator in New York. The funny thing, when your system's linked to someone's account that is in 2 places here and there, her doorbell cam pops up with notices here, Rita's does. So, and her door is right across from the elevator, so it goes off quite a bit because, you know, people use that elevator quite a bit. Then this one, I couldn't help it because of the pencil. It's a little backpack. And again, I think the same person had these. It's the same setup of thread and gold safety pins. But this looks rather detailed with the bear, and there's a place to put a photo. And it's still the generic photo in here, place photo here. That one was $1. This one was $1. And it's like 3 men in a tub. And rub-a-dub-dub. And we have one with cake, one with a candle, and one just holding the edge. So I thought that was different. It is signed Donna Yu, and it's from 1987. I have not looked up any of these ornaments' value, but yeah, none of these came with their boxes. So, but ornaments are my #1 seller, especially in my Etsy shop, although I list some on eBay and some on Etsy. It just depends on if the market's overcrowded on eBay. I'll tend to, if they're older, put them on Etsy because Etsy isn't quite as overcrowded. Again, another one where they did this thing. I wonder if Hallmark originally did this because this is getting weird. So this one says Our First Christmas Together, 1995. And I feel like you can get them for any year as long as it's your first year together. You could always update that if you wanted, or just, you know, go with the symbol. But 2 little mice with their tails intertwined in the back. That one was 75 cents. This one was my most expensive. This one was $1.50, and it is marked Hemicrow, 1995. And again, another one where they did this hanging thing on here. But I figure if this didn't sell, it would look cute in my dad's Christmas village somewhere. But it's 2 kids on a bench. And trying to see if this was a Hallmark thing. Yeah, it was. I've never seen that mark by the artist Crow before, so that would be interesting to look up. And then the one other ornament where there definitely wasn't a repeat of it, but it looked different. It was only $1, but it's kind of a huge ornament. Is this plastic tree with an angel in it, and it is marked Depose Italy, $3.90. And which is why I grabbed it, because I know the figurines sell pretty well. So, again, I haven't looked up any of these things yet. So, and then that's it for my thrifting. But since thrift stores are now charging $3.50 or $4 for t-shirts, when I get shirts on super sale somewhere, it feels like I bought them thrifting. So I got like a 30% off fashion at Meijer coupon the other week. And it was even off clearance items. So for these 2 shirts, I spent $12 total. So they were average of $6 a piece, although one was marked higher than the other. I'm not sure which one was which, but because I already took the tags off. But I picked up a Gumby and Pokey shirt, and Gumby's a cowboy in this one, which works when you have a horse. So I haven't washed these yet. And then I absolutely couldn't resist this shirt. Because it's so hard to find in Vader Zim stuff. And it's got Gurr on it, you know, their little ADHD robot down here. But what's really funny is way down here, it's saying world domination, doom, doom, doom. So his catch line's at the bottom. So now I get to wash those and wear those, but Yeah, I think one was originally marked 12 and one was originally marked 15. So I basically got one shirt completely free. Um, and again, when even at Goodwill yesterday, it was $3.50. They're up 2 per t-shirt when it's not the color of the week. And St. Vinny's in Marquette was at 4 this week. So when you can get them for a couple dollars more than that brand new, never worn, it's not too bad. So thanks for watching. I'll put my Trashkateer Treasure shop links down below for Etsy and eBay. I don't know how well we'll do for next week because a lot of the thrift stores will probably be closed for the holiday for half the week. So I may just, anything I find next week, carry over into the following week. But the next church bazaar is until like the 6th. So we'll see. Or the 5th, whichever's that Saturday. Bye.